Hey, first grade. To date, you're going to get back your purple background. You're also going to get back your folder with all the torn strips that we had last class. You can take out your torn strips. These are going to be your background icicles. Now we're talking about space. The reason we're putting the blue ones in the background is because they're darkest and they're going to look like they're the furthest away. Off the supply table, you're going to need to get one white sheet of paper, one gray sheet of paper, and a piece of blue chalk. The very first thing you're going to do is you're going to take that chalk, you're going to gently chalk the edge of your blue icicles. When you chalk, you need to chalk the same side on every one. So if I'm chalking on the right side, I need to do that on all of them. You can also take your finger and give it a gentle rub if you would like. The reason we are chalking them all on the same side is because if there was a shadow, it would be all on the same side. Alright, so I've got some chalk added to these blue ones. Now I can glue them to my background. If you have one that has a flat side to it like this, you're probably going to want to line it up all the way over on the edge. Remember, it only takes a few dots of glue all the way around the edge and a couple on the inside. And I'm going to glue these along the top. So you can leave some space between them too if you would like. They don't need to be all right next to each other. If you have a icicle that does not have a flat top, I'm actually going to glue it slightly above my paper. That way I can trim that off so I have a nice flat edge. I got one more. And of course you can overlap these two. Maybe I'll do something like this. Right? Next, I'm going to take my gray sheet of paper and I'm going to tear it vertically like this. Now I can chalk the right side of these icicles, making sure to chalk the same side every time. Now I can glue these on, of course making sure that I overlap onto my background. Right, when I overlap, that adds a sense of space to my artwork. We're also creating space by working from darkest to lightest. Alright, here's where I'm at so far. You might want to flip it over and give it a back rub. Make sure that all those icicles stick. I've got one more sheet of paper that I need to tear. So I'm going to take that white sheet of paper. I'm going to tear it. Remember that if you get a flat edge, you probably want to tear it a little bit differently so it comes down to a nice point. Alright, and of course I need to chalk them. So I'm chalking every single icicle always on the same side, whether they were on my gray icicles or my white ones or my blue ones. I'm also going to take these white ones, I'm going to crumple them up. And then I can uncrumple them. This is going to create something called texture, and texture is how something feels. The reason I'm doing it with the white ones is because the white ones look like they are the closest to us. So those are the ones that we're going to be able to see the most details on. You're not going to see a lot of little details and textures on things that are far away. So crumpling them up and then uncrumpling them. Now I can finish these off by gluing down my white ones as well. These ones are going to be a little bit harder to glue on, so make sure to give that a nice back rub. Alright, one last time, give it a nice back rub, make sure everything's stuck on there. Then you are done for the day. Remember that you're starting with your blue ones that you tore last time, adding some chalk to them, then gluing them down. Then you're going to move on to gray. Tear them, add chalk, glue them down. Last but not least, tear your white ones, add the chalk, crumple them up this time, and then glue them down. When you're done, these go on the drying rack. If you have any leftover scraps, these go in the garbage. Put away anything else.